Is Regina gonna be here tonight?
No, I think for this, maybe the second part, not the first part.
See that?
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Excuse me. Good evening. Monday, December 8th, 2025. It's 5:30 p.m. First up on the agenda is Mr. Brian McCain, Chief of Staff, 5-minute presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Join us tomorrow for the Southern Colorado Building Department, formerly known as the Pueblo Regional Building Department, Town Hall meeting at 5 p.m. here in Memorial Hall. The City of Pueblo, the Town of Boone, and Southern Colorado Building Department signed an IGA to ensure the process and transition of construction, permitting, and more run smoothly in Pueblo and Boone. This is your opportunity to find out about the permitting, inspection, and review process with Southern Colorado Building Department beginning January 1st, 2026. If you can't make the meeting in person, check out the Facebook Live on the City of Pueblo's Facebook page. Bring your questions and find out more about the future. Pueblo Parks and Rec Para Basketball Skills Challenge is back on Saturday, January 10th, 2026. Don't miss this fun, fast-paced event for kids 6 through 13. Participants get the opportunity to show off their skills in dribbling, passing, and shooting. It's free, but registration is required. Registration ends January 7th. Find out more at pueblo.us/parks or call 719-553-2790. This Friday at 1:30, we're having the opening of Fire Station 6 at 111 Victory Lane. This fire station will be serving Pueblo's east side and strengthen our response to the community. PD updates for November 27th through December 3rd. PD had 2,274 calls for service over the week, 1,008 of which were dispatched, averaging 144 per day or 6 per hour. Part 1 crime is down 5% from this time last year. We've had a 50% decrease on puffers from this time last year. So again, don't leave your cars unattended and running in the morning. DICE team had 33 calls for service, which included 1 traffic, 7 walker stops, 19 COP calls, 2 trespass notices, 1 municipal warrant, 2 outside warrants, 19 citations, and recovered $2,261 of stolen merchandise. CSOs averaged 17 calls for service a day, or 2 per CSO per day. There have been 1,375 loitering citations issued this year so far, up by 52% from last year, with 26 loitering by minors after curfew and 102 curfew in the parks. And with that, that concludes my updates.
President Mark Ayla, please.
I've gotten some calls on the tent city that's gone up on 13th Street.
We saw it today.
Saw it today.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of it.
It's been growing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments, questions from council? Think we're good. All right, let's move on to item agenda B, CSU Extension Office overview. Sherry Schaefer, say that 3 times fast. County Director, 15-minute presentation. Hi, Sherry. Yep, and throw your mic on too. Little button right there.
All right. Good evening, Council. My name is Cherie Schaefer. I'm the director at the CSU Extension Office here in Pueblo County. I was invited here tonight just to give a quick overview on what we do at CSU Extension. I like to joke that we are a best kept secret, but we don't necessarily want to be a best kept secret. So I'm very happy to be here tonight to give you a little insight into the great work that we do. So Colorado State University Extension is a part of the Office of Engagement and Extension at CSU in Fort Collins, actually. There is an office in most all of the counties in Colorado that brings research-based non-credit education to the communities. In Pueblo, we actually have a pretty large extension office, relatively speaking. We have 12 employees and several different program areas that we do programming in. We offer public classes and workshops, private programs, technical assistance, and outreach in several different topic areas. We are actually a department of Pueblo County government, and we're jointly funded by the county and Colorado State University. Our probably most popular program area, and the one you most likely have heard about, is our 4-H and youth development programs. We do run the local 4-H program out of our office, and we also put on the annual Pueblo County Fair in July every year. We have a pretty robust 4-H program here in Pueblo County. We have currently 210 youth members and 67 adult volunteers, and we are kind of still in the middle of enrollment, so that's likely to go up. We do coordinate some other youth development activities, most notably our annual Ag Fest, where we bring hundreds of 5th grade students to the fairgrounds to learn about how agriculture impacts their daily lives. We also have an agriculture and natural resources program that's more adult focused. Those educators work with local producers. They do public urban farming classes, natural resource tours, and then they run the local community animal response team, or CART for short is what we call it. And that team helps evacuate large animals in the event of a natural disaster or emergency. So cattle, horses, things like that. Our horticulture department is my personal favorite. I was the horticulture specialist for about 8 years before I was the director. We have a master gardener program, maybe our second most popular program. We have about 50 trained volunteers who help folks out with their yard and garden issues. We do classes on everything gardening, from, vegetable gardening to native plants to tree care, you name it. We can do classes or offer technical assistance to folks who are having problems. Also, we maintain several demonstration gardens around town, and we, in conjunction with the library district, run the All Pueblo Grove Seed Lending Library, which actually has a location in all 6 branches. I believe there's 6 in the county now. So that's a good program where folks can get free seeds and education to learn how to grow them. Finally, we also have our family and consumer sciences program area that does classes on food preservation, nutrition, and cooking. And they also teach the cottage food safety trainings that individuals need to be able to produce and sell certain cottage foods products out of their home kitchen. So yeah, lots of stuff always going on at the extension office. We do have a website. I think it's kind of a long URL. The easiest way is probably just to Google Pueblo County CSU Extension. We have several Facebook pages. Each of our program areas maintains social media where we advertise programs that we have coming up, and also just share a lot of educational resources that are timely and can help folks out. I did bring some brochures to leave if anybody's interested. This is our current information, how to get a hold of us. But yeah, definitely keep us in mind when there's education needed in the community. And if
Okay.
there's any questions, happy to.
Yeah, Councilor Flores, please.
Yes, thank you for being here
Sure.
this evening. Tell me the connection between CSU Fort Collins or CSU Global or CSU Pueblo. How are you connected to the university? And are those resources available through your office?
Yeah, so our branch does non-credit education. So as far as like actually going to college to earn a degree, we don't have much to do with that at all. Really, the main connection between CSU Global, CSU Pueblo, and CSU Fort Collins, which is who we are a branch of, is just that we share that board of governors. We don't actually have a lot of formal connection with the university here in Pueblo. Of course, informal partnerships pop up, but nothing set in stone.
So how are you funded?
We are funded jointly through Pueblo County and CSU in
C-
Fort Collins. Yeah.
CSU Fort Collins?
Yes.
Right. So if somebody wanted to, somebody was starting, say, a manufacturing business having to do with the food product,
Mhm.
the canning or bottling of that, is that something that you could help them with?
So on a business level, not so much. That would probably, we would refer them to more than likely the health department, or depending on what their question was. But if it's home canners, home preservers, or somebody looking to get into a cottage foods kind of small business, then we can help those folks.
And what about areas where the, take a farmer or a rancher that might have a disease of their crop or a disease of their animals?
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
That's something that you could walk them through.
Yes, absolutely. We work with many farmers and ranchers on, plant issues, ranching issues, animal health issues, anything like that. We can definitely help those people.
One of, well, we've got 2 organizations within the city, the zoo and the animal shelter. How can you help organizations like that with their animal population? And do you work with them?
We do, yes. We have great working relationships with the zoo and with the animal shelter. More so with the zoo, I would say, but we go out and do programs for the zoo for their camps or, anything they need. We've ID'd, plants on grounds to make sure they were safe for animals. We've helped with, some of their gardens that they've gotten grant funding to do. So yes, we have a lot of projects going on, including the Generation Wild grant that the zoo is a part of, and we are also a part of that grant. So we'll be working together even more in 2026.
And my last question, we used to have, he passed away several years back. We had a gentleman in town that was an expert in weeds. And he had a specific booklet
Mhm.
on how to overcome that. It seems like in Pueblo, we have a lot of unusual weeds. I'm fighting some now at my house, but is that still, I mean, is there still that booklet available to people? To describe, all the species of weeds and how you deal with them?
Yes, absolutely. There are several little booklets that are kind of field guides. We also have some online resources we pass on to folks now. And we can also, if somebody has a weed, they're not sure what it is, how to deal with it, they can bring it into the extension office and we can ID it and go over management procedures in person.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for answering my questions.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question real quick. 'Cause my wife's done the urban gardening program for quite a while, but in reference to, I'm trying to build a better profile of some of the low income areas, including Bessemer, but working my way up to the mixed income, working my way up. And do you have numbers that would indicate what kind of things you're doing for each individual area that I could include into this profile, whether it's urban gardening and whether it's reaching out to, other programs that you'd be able to give me some kind of numbers for each area? And that's a tough question, but I'm just throwing it out there because I'm trying to build that
Yeah.
profile.
We do collect data for the county. Mostly that's broken down into, is it Pueblo, Rye, Beulah, Avondale, or outside of the county. So not really specific areas within the city. We mostly just say like it was in the city or it was in one of these more rural areas in the county. And that dashboard is actually available on the county's website, and I'm happy to send you a link if you think that would be helpful to dig into.
And I guess it's not fair just to say the low income. I know in South Point, when they have the flurry of tumbleweeds that come in, it's a nightmare. I don't know if
Yeah.
you probably understand that program better than I do. Are you guys working on that as well?
We don't have an actual program going right now to deal with the tumbleweeds, but I'll tell you, we get lots of calls about them. We have a fact sheet that we hand out quite frequently or send out to folks, digitally. But yeah, that's definitely a topic that we get asked about a lot.
Okay, great. Does anybody have anything else? Mayor, Council Latina?
I have somewhat a similar question that you do. I'm obviously I'm on the east side,
Mhm.
close to the university. That's all of my area. But we have the same dynamics that they do in Bessemer. And so my concerns are just as, just the same in terms of, or have you done anything in the lower east side in terms of looking at the dynamics there?
Yeah, we've done several programs, mostly centered at the library down there on the east side. We have
Sarah Library?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
We have the Seed Library branch in the library. We've participated in the East Side Farmers Market with our master gardeners being out there doing educational booths. And upcoming this summer with that Generation Wild grant, we're definitely focusing on that area to bring some outdoor family programming to families in that area.
So have you looked at the Upper East Side, when I say the Upper East Side, around 10th Street, where
Mhm.
Span Elementary is, where it's gonna soon be, that building is gonna soon be taken down, and we'll be putting a market in there,
Yes.
and a playground area and an indoor facility for events. Have you researched that area at all?
I actually just heard about that project today, and it looks very cool. And I'm sure that we'll be engaging with programming in that area, and we're absolutely happy to. So please let us know if there's educational classes or advice needed. We're definitely happy to engage with that.
Well, before you leave, I'll give you my card, and that way we can.
You actually just did, and I have it
Okay.
in my purse. And yes,
Thank you.
yes,
All
for
right,
sure.
Thank you.
Council Martinez?
Yeah, I just wanted to uplift. So I don't know how familiar you are with Gen Wild. It's very exciting that Pueblo got it. It was a highly competitive grant. The city under Mayor Graham's leadership actually was the one who did the planning grant. And I think that Gen Wild is truly going to be a game changer for getting young people and families, particularly in underserved communities, which you just talked about, Counselor Gomez. That's the whole purpose of Gen Wild. So I think it's gonna be a great thing.
I do too. It's been an amazing coalition to be a part of, and we're super excited to get some of that programming going in summer 2026.
I believe you've had some interaction with the east side. There's a community center, garden center there off of Fifth and Santa Fe, I believe it is.
Yes.
I think it's Janet Smith or Wilson. That thing's going for a while, but I think you guys had a hand in that as well.
Yes, yep. We have done a few different projects with the different community gardens on the east side and all throughout town. But yeah, if there's a community garden, we've probably have a master gardener working, or we've helped out with the garden in some way. So
Well, great. Okay, any other questions, comments from council? Well, Sherry, I think we're good. Thank you.
all right, thank you so much for your time.
Next up, item agenda C, the Steel City Theater. We have Andrea Garrett, Managing Director. We've got Chloe Flores, Operations and Development Director, and Jason Laffery, Artistic Director. 15-minute presentation. Come on, you guys, you can come up.
I brought some of my students.
There you go.
To talk to you as well.
Make sure you throw your mic on, man. There you go.
There we go. You can sit there or there, it's all good. As you said, my name's Andrea Garrett. I'm the managing director at Steel City Theater Company. And I did prepare notes because I did not want to go down rabbit holes or go super off topic as far as that goes. So I'm gonna read some statements and then I'm gonna invite Macy and Daniela to talk a little bit about Steel City Theater Company as well. So I moved to Pueblo in the 6th grade in 1993 and lived here, went away for college, went away for some job opportunities, and then came back to Pueblo, and I was asked to lead Steel City Theater Company in 2007. I was 25 and I had no idea what I was doing. And it is now 18 years later, and there are still many days where I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. Very few artists know anything about running a nonprofit. All of our training is in our craft. So learning the reality of running a small business and a nonprofit at that has been an uphill battle. We have found that being true to our mission of offering performing arts for all of Pueblo and focusing on our values, respect, responsibility, growth, excellence, and exuberance has led to massive growth and a flourishing community of performing artists and patrons. We are doing something that very few people attempt, producing professional quality productions with mostly volunteers, providing top quality performing arts training for a minimal cost, and VIP summer camps that provide a safe, engaging, and encouraging environment for students pre-K through 8th grade. Results presented in the Journal of Social Science and Medicine in January 2022 show, compared to no participation, participating in the performing arts every day is associated with an increase in positive mental health. White and higher income individuals are more likely to participate in the arts than people of color and lower income individuals. Yet the association between performing arts and positive mental health is similar, if not greater, for people of color than it is for white individuals. Performing arts involvement is correlated with higher graduation rates, better school attendance, and higher academic achievement than those not involved in performing arts. But those are the numbers. And the students I have brought with me are going to talk a little bit more and a little bit specifically about what Steel City Theater does and what it means to them. So I'm going to turn it over to Daniela. Scoot on over here so you can get to the mic, girl.
Hi, my name is Daniela, and
How old are you, Daniela?
I'm 10 years old.
And how long have you been involved with Steel City Theater?
I've been in Steel City Theater for 3 years.
Okay.
Steel City Theater is important to me because through this organization is where I found my love for performing. They have helped me build confidence. The teachers, the counselors, and the kids are nice and have become an important part of my life. Steel City Theater accepts you for who you are. You can be shy, outgoing, a nerd. You could stand out, fit in, and be whoever you want to be. They encourage you when you do bad and cheer for you if you do good. Steel City Theater gives kids a creative atmosphere that not many places in Pueblo offer. It helps educate kids in our community in multiple ways that we will need to succeed in life. Those ways are confidence building, accepting real life, and friend making, and so much more. It provides a safe space for a creative outlet. It is also good for homeschool kids like me as an extracurricular activity. It adds the community within my routine. Every kid that goes to Steel City Theater loves the programs they offer. The programs include Performing Arts Academy, private voice lessons, and various plays for children to participate in, and summer VIP camps and spring break camps. They find a place for everyone trying out, from beginner to advanced. Everyone is someone at Steel City Theater. On the stage, I found a confidence that can last a lifetime and affect our community and society as a whole. Please help us save the theater. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Council, anything else? Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're gonna keep talking at you for
Okay.
just a minute, if that's okay. Macy.
Councilors, anything? Oh,
We'll keep talking and then we'll.
keep on going and let me know when you're done.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry.
This is Macy. Macy is 17.
I'm 17 and I'm a senior at Pueblo County High School. I stand before you this evening to share my experiences with Steel City and how this amazing place has shaped my life. My journey with Steel City began when I was in elementary school. During my 4th grade year, Andrea, the director and owner of Steel City, visited my school and helped us put on several different shows. During this time, I also had a friend attending acting classes, which made me even more interested to what they had to offer. As I weighed my options while growing up, I decided to enroll in classes, and I remember my first class vividly, walking in shy and reserved, even though that I knew someone that was there. I was never the one to stand up and announce myself. Instead, I was the listener, often trailing behind others. Despite my initial hesitation, I finished that year having completed my first recital and having made so many friends along the way. The summer between my 5th and 6th grade year marked a turning point when my cousin convinced me to try out for the junior musical that Steel City was producing. I ended up having the time of my life and met a diverse group of new people. This experience encouraged me to emerge from my shell. When 6th grade began, I decided to increase my involvement at Steel City. I enrolled in an acting class and a dance class, and I grew up playing instruments, so music became a fun and creative escape for me, so I also enrolled in a music class. As the years went by, I became increasingly involved at Steel City by participating in both junior musicals and main stage shows, as we call them. Throughout this time, I learned a great deal about musical theater, acting, musical history, and dance technique. During the summer before starting high school, I was given the opportunity to become a teacher and lead classes at Steel City. Although my first year of high school was challenging, I didn't let that affect my experience at Steel City. It truly became my happy place and my escape where I could be myself and enjoy time with my friends. Throughout all 4 years of high school, I have continued teaching and taking classes at Steel City. And over the past couple years, I have come to realize just how much Steel City means to me and how much it has given me. Steel City does more than just teach classes. It has helped me discover who I truly am. In the last 2 years, I have fully embraced my authentic self thanks to the support and acceptance I found at Steel City. The lessons I have learned here have shown me that I can always be myself no matter what, and I have formed friendships and bonds that I know will last a lifetime. I am now planning on going to attend Pittsburgh Unified to audition for musical theater colleges like in New York and on the East Side. So I'm very excited for that. I'm preparing for that as we speak. But I truly believe that being on stage and taking acting classes can benefit everyone. These experiences have not only improved my public speaking skills, but have also boosted my confidence. Beyond my personal growth, community theater brings other people together in a unique way. Casts and crews become teams that rely on each other, and friendships form between individuals who might have never met otherwise. The sense of belonging helps people feel supported, valued, and connected to their community. Most importantly, musical theater has the power to inspire positive change. Productions can share meaningful stories, raise awareness about real-world issues, and spark conversations that brings communities closer together. Audiences leave not only entertained, but also more thoughtful and open-minded. Community theater proves that you don't need fame to make a difference. Just a group of people willing to create, collaborate, and care. That can truly change lives for the better. Steel City has changed my life and shaped who I am as a person. It has taught me valuable lessons and helped me become the person I want to be. Steel City is my home, and I cannot imagine where I would be without it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm gonna jump in with a few more little comments and then we are all ready to answer questions. So I can continue with the facts and statistics. Obviously, I know a lot of them from over the years, and why people should be in performing arts, but I kind of want to shift the focus, and this actually dovetails nicely on what Macy was saying, to a few things as we look into Pueblo's future. Many of us know that loneliness and isolation has reached epidemic levels in the US. According to the 2023 Surgeon General's advisory, approximately half of US adults report being lonely and or isolated, and it's becoming clear this isolation is becoming a crisis. Lacking social connection causes real, measurable health issues, increasing the risk for premature death by 26 to 29%. That is more of a risk for premature death than smoking 15 cigarettes a day or consuming 6 alcoholic drinks a day. Isolation is actually killing people. In 2018, only 16% of Americans reported that they felt very attached to their local community. And people who reported using social media for more than 2 hours a day had about double the odds of reporting increased perceptions of social isolation compared to those who use social media for less than 30 minutes per day. The situation is dire, and it has real implications for Pueblo. And that is one of the major reasons that I'm here today. I am asking city leaders and the community in general to help us find ways to make Steel City Theater sustainable long into the future. Let me level with you for a moment. Making new friends as an adult is hard, and making a new bestie over 40 feels impossible. But every day at our theater, we are bringing diverse people of different ages, races, backgrounds, and socioeconomic status together to work on a shared goal, producing wonderful plays for the community to enjoy. Being able to come to rehearsal, gather in the lobby, celebrate wins, and meet people you would have never met in other circumstances. And all of this is happening in person without screens. It's something desperately needed in all communities. Right now, as I am here, a group of local actors between ages 21 through 49 are at the Ancient Chief Theater getting ready for a dress rehearsal because the environment and people lead individuals to become involved with our company. Steel City Theater is an organization created for and sustained by Pueblo. If we don't invest in places for people to create connection and belonging, we will be reaping the ill health and quality of life consequences for decades. At Steel City Theater, we're doing something that is very unique and not every community has. We send our students out into the world with theatrical knowledge to attend top-tier theater universities, and this is achieved on average for $34 per week for lessons and classes. We also bring in young professionals who live and work in Pueblo and share their expertise with our staff, performers, and students. The importance of these connections and opportunities cannot be overstated. In New York City, the city funds about $3.5 billion per year for cultural organizations, institutions, and libraries, as well as directly funding arts education in schools. In Denver, the city funded about $85 million last year to organizations through their scientific and cultural facilities district tax. I am not advocating for a tax increase or anything like that. However, we are asking that the city council and mayor keep us in mind as PEDCO funds and other economic development funds such as ARPA funding become available. Quite often, arts organizations are not seen as worthy for some of these economic development funds. But developing arts and culture in Pueblo leads to better outcomes for the whole community. Increased empathy, better educational outcomes, artistic creations that can be exported, and most importantly, places dedicated to fight loneliness and isolation, giving members a place of purpose and encouragement each day.
Okay,
I think we're done with prepared remarks now.
I have a question.
Councilor Flores.
Yes, I was the one, Roger, does he go in first?
That's
Oh,
fine.
go ahead.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Sure, that's fine. Thank you. Don't make any difference. So, Andre, are you working with the school districts, District 70 and 60 and 70?
Not currently. We've had relationships in the past with drama programs, but right now, City of Pueblo has 2 full dedicated drama teachers. One is at Corwin and one is at Pueblo County High School.
So you're not
That's it.
working with District 60 or District 70?
Not currently.
Okay, so you're offering a program that basically the school districts are offering.
No,
No.
this isn't being offered in hardly any school. Like I,
So don't differentiate for me what you're doing that they're not doing in the drama programs in the schools in the city and the county.
okay. Well, like I said, there's only 2 dedicated drama teachers in the entire city. One is at Corwin and one is at County. There are plenty of schools that don't have any drama or theatrical programs. And a lot of them that have programs are through their music program, which is awesome. And anytime that a teacher calls us and wants technical help, costume help, we always jump in and help every single time. The difference between what our students are getting is they're getting individualized training that is setting them up for longer term success. And I actually, Macy, can you address a little bit? Because she's in the drama program at County. So she can talk a little bit about what both is like.
I am in the drama program at County. I am part of just the normal drama program. And so I do take a drama class at County every day. And we do drama there, but it's not in-depth teaching. I come to Steel City and I take my 30-minute voice lesson with Andrea, and we go into depth about musical theory and about acting. And I just get that more in-depth one-on-one rather than being in a class full of 20 kids and having a lot of a lot of different questions and a lot of different point of views. I get that one-on-one time that I really need to kind of help me move forward.
And
Is there a fee? Is
Yeah.
there a fee for these young people participating in your program?
yes, so our fee is absolutely minimal for one class. It costs $6 a week. On average in Pueblo, taking performing arts classes at a dance studio or at the art center is about at least $14 per class, and ours are $6 per class.
So do you have a breakdown of your expenses?
Yes, I do. I don't have it on me, but I can
I
easily.
would like to see a copy of that.
Okay,
Okay,
actually, I might have one with me in my bag, but I will grab that for you. Absolutely.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Counselor Flores.
Yeah, I was the councilman that asked you to bring them forward because I have a lot of knowledge with Steel City.
Okay.
My grandson had attended a lot of the classes that they have. But I wanted to jump first. I got lots of questions, but I wanted to jump to your summer program and how important that is for working people. Can you describe, I know you have normally 3 camps and you have a limitation, I guess, as to how many kids, but can you explain how many kids you can handle in each camp and the time during the day when people are working really depend on you, I believe, in the summer, especially when school is out?
Yeah, actually, recently I had several parents come to me to specifically say they were looking for affordable childcare, something that wouldn't have their kids on screens all day. And so they chose VIP Camp, and now they're very, very involved in the program. We do 2 summer camps. We do one in June and one in July. And those camps run from 9 to 3, and they only cost $100 per week. It is the most reasonable when we're talking about the breakdown is $5 an hour, and supplies are included. There's no performing fees for those camps. You get to come to those performances for free if you're a parent. There's no costume fees, none of that.
And how many, what is the, how many kids can you handle?
100 in each camp.
Right. So you're actually helping families with their daycare problem in the summer. And
Absolutely.
it's significant. I mean,
It
again,
is significant.
You're almost like a daycare center with.
But we are not,
duty,
to be
but-
very clear with sales tax, we are not a daycare, so.
I don't want to mix that up.
are now.
But I know that, parents depend on you during the summer because
Absolutely.
a lot of people are struggling in finding daycare. And if they do find it, it is very, very expensive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about is you're currently going through a campaign, and I wanted you to have the visibility so that the public can hear about Steel City, and you are going through a campaign now. So if somebody out in the audience wanted to help Steel City, how would they go about donating to you directly?
So on our website, it is a pop-up button. So if you go to steelcitytheater.org, it pops right up. And our current goal is to raise $100,000 so that we can fill in our staffing holes and taking the theater to the next level. And so the plan is for 100 people to each ask 10 people to donate $100. And that has been underway for a few weeks, and a lot of people have started their teams, and we've raised about $10,000 so far, and we will be continuing to push that over the next month as we're working towards achieving that goal.
There was a question about school district 60 and 70. There are a lot of adults that are also that are involved in your theatrical performances.
Yes.
And you talk about amazing mentors to the younger people that you serve. And so you are truly a theater company.
Correct.
That encompasses adults and young teenagers and then young kids.
Yes.
And so you've got that mix of, and I've been to a lot of your performances and they're just amazing. If you haven't been inside the theater, the old Chief Theater, they've renovated it so that people can sit on a table and actually visually see the play and then have snacks and drinks and stuff like that. So you've really transformed the Chief Theater into a really great venue. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things. What you're doing for kids, to me, is just amazing. I know that my grandson was very, very shy. Every time my daughter and I go see a performance of him, we stare at each other. I mean, he's doing this and we've never, he's dancing, he's singing. And the amazing thing is the amount of lines people have to learn. I can't imagine, that's going to help you through your whole life, being able to memorize. I'm amazed at how you guys remember all of these lines. And it's just so impressive to me. And you guys do an amazing job. I'm always bragging about you guys. But I am thankful for the change that you made in my grandson. He's a whole different person. He's not afraid to socialize. He's in your face, and of course he plays piano too on the side. And but anyway, I wanted to, if nothing else, thank your organization. Thank you and Chloe and Jason and all the key people in your organization, because I think you're transforming lives and you should be very, very proud of that. And I hope you succeed in your campaign.
Thank you very much.
Right.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to throw something real quick. In reference to the number of students again, was it 100? Did you?
So we actually weekly right now, we are bringing 180 students every Friday to our Performing Arts Academy classes down on Main Street. And we're in the area, our education building is across the street from the Colorado building where there's not as much happening. And so we're bringing these families down in. We have 3-hour class blocks on Fridays during the school years. So our younger students come in the morning. So like Daniela comes in the morning and then Macy comes in the afternoon. The high school and middle school students come. And so we have hundreds of people coming in and out the doors on a weekly basis. Our summer camps can only accommodate 100 kids because that's what the space can accommodate. But when we're rotating it out, we can accommodate up to probably 200 or 300 students on a Friday. And that's just a little part of it too. Before Macy and I came, we were literally singing and doing voice lessons. She's going to go teach a bunch of private lessons tomorrow in open spaces. I'm going to have rehearsal. We potentially are going to have rehearsal at the Chief and at our education building all at the same time with adults and teenagers. And so there's, hundreds of people are coming through and on the weekly basis. We did 5 performances of A Charlie Brown Christmas this past weekend, and each show had over 100 people in attendance.
I'd just like to add something else too in reference to the productions. I know we have the thespians and we have the actors and the actresses, but in the past, I used to do a lot of background work for the sceneries and stage production when I was in high school. So this is kind of close to my heart. But the kind of jobs that translate over, it just blew my mind. Construction, painting, project management, all that stuff that we're not hitting on right now is so important because it gives you other areas that you can explore after you get out of, if you're not ending up as an actress. Some of these guys are gonna be famous on Broadway, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
You're going places, Macy.
I think Macy could speak to it a little bit because this was her first job and this has been her job all the way through high school. And I think that's the other thing that kind of people don't understand is that we will take that chance on hiring 14-year-olds at our summer camps and in our other programs for actual paid work. And we are teaching them how to have a job. I cannot tell you how many students I've taught how to mop a floor. That has been a big one. But there's
one of them.
other practical things, like even to the point of like using a copier,
Mhm.
making sure you're responding to email in a timely fashion. I mean, Macy, anything else that like,
Just like all of the like work experience, just how to be, honestly, just how to be like a functioning like adult, like in a workplace. It's been a great experience. I think it was a great first job for me to start out, and I'm so glad that I have continued and like grown with Steel City. I'm so glad that I continue to stay with it.
I was looking forward to talking to Jason, is it how do you say his last name?
Lockery, he's here if you want to chat with him.
You're down my alley there, buddy. I think they're very important in this whole production stuff. They're really incredible. And then you had a Chloe Flores.
Yep, Chloe's right there.
Okay, just curious. Joe Latino.
I just, again, my question revolves around the relationship that you've developed. Obviously, she's in the school district 70 at County High.
Mhm.
And are you working with the drama programs in 60 and 70? Are you working with them?
So Jennifer Newland, who is the drama teacher at Corwin, is involved in our productions and we're very involved with them and what they do. And over the years, we have been extremely involved with County High School. They have had a faculty switch this year, so it's not as close of a relationship as it was in the past. But over the years, there has been a ton of back and forth. And I mean, we have, I don't even know, dozens of county students that attend both.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about Corwin Middle School, Corwin International. I'm not sure how much they do with Centennial or Central or South or East. So I mean, I don't have the information on that, but obviously I would assume that those 4 high schools have drama programs.
They don't have during school drama programs. They have after school drama programs.
Well, okay. But
No,
they have-
I mean, there is a difference because like at County High School, you can take drama classes, you can take that technical theater classes, but you can't do that anywhere else.
So basically what you're saying is that Centennial, Central, South and East, they don't have those programs.
Not
Yep.
during the day, no. You can go to drama club after school. Sometimes the choir teachers will perform musicals, sometimes they won't. It's been kind of hit or miss in the past couple of years as far as District 60 high school musical performance.
So how closely do you work with those people in those 4 high schools?
Not
Obviously they have,
closely.
pardon me?
Not very closely,
So have you reached out to them
yes.
and you haven't got any response back?
Well, the faculty has been switching about every year, every other year, consistently in those choir programs or the after-school drama coaches for the past, since pre-COVID.
Yeah,
It's-
it's been a long time.
It's been, they're constantly switching out
So-
who's teaching.
Okay, so
Like 2 years ago, the South High School choir teacher left mid-semester. So
have you been to these school district, Pueblo City School District Administration to talk to them about what it is that you're trying to do? I mean, coming here is great. And obviously, young people mean the world to me. Okay, and I think probably everyone here. But I want to know what it is that the school districts are doing to help you.
the school districts are doing nothing. They used to pass out our flyers and our information, and now it is an exorbitant fee to do so. And so we have to individually, school by school, work with each principal and each choir teacher to get information out.
So have you made any attempt to meet with the school board in the city as you have with us?
Many times over the years.
So there'll be a new school board coming in January, obviously, like we'll have a few new council people coming in as well. So I would suggest to you that you put together the same thing you've put together this evening
Mhm.
and that you approach them.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Council Martinez, then Council Flores after that.
I'm different.
First of all, you young ladies did such a fantastic job. You really did so good. And it gives me such hope for the future when I see young women, particularly Latinas, who are so well-spoken and confident. And I think it's a fantastic testament of the skills that you have and the parent buy-in. So kudos, parents. It makes me so proud. So you did amazing. I have a couple of questions. My first question is, are you asking for funds for operating or for capital?
At this point for operating.
Okay. And operating would be primarily salary expenses?
It's actually rent because
My next question was if you own the building.
we don't own either building. The chief is actually incredibly affordable, incredibly reasonable. We only pay $1,500 a month rent on the chief. The issue is that there is absolutely no classroom space at the chief. So we knew going in that we were going to need classroom space because we already had a very large children's program. And so our education building is about 2 blocks down Main Street. It's easily walkable. And it's about 8,000 square feet, and it has 2 dance studios and 5 other classrooms, as well as storage space, all of which is completely full all the time. And that building, because it was move-in ready, cost us $7,300 a month.
Okay.
So, but it is for cleanliness, safety, storage, and all the things, it is pretty imperative to what we do to
Okay.
utilize that building.
Do you have a grant writer on staff?
We do.
Okay. How much of your revenue is grant funded?
It depends on the year because a lot of arts grants go in cycles where we like have 2 years and then like sit out a year. Our most recent large grant amount was for $100,000 from the Department of Local Affairs.
Cool.
In the past calendar year, and it's still continuing on, but
Yeah.
that was the most recent big one. And then we have small foundation grants like Southern Colorado Community Foundation ongoingly. And this past year we got a youth grant from ENT, so it just kind of depends on what is on the slate for the year.
Sure. And grants are hard because they don't really, it's either programmatic or for capital expenses. It's
Correct.
hard to fill that gap when you're needing revenue or funds for rent. That's
Right.
hard. Interesting. Okay. So the 2 sources that you spoke about, the half-cent sales tax funds and the ARPA. So ARPA funds are no longer.
Right.
But the half-cent sales tax funds are dedicated and have to be appropriated for a very specific purpose. There was an ordinance to kind of do things like you're talking about like economic catalysts and leakage, which I think could have been really good for that purpose, but unfortunately it failed. And I think that you coming before us and asking, making the case of like, we are doing economic development, I think just speaks to why those half-cent sales tax ordinances should be encompassed to fund, things like this.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Yeah.
did you apply for CSAC?
I'm sorry?
Did you apply for CSAC?
I did not.
Okay, that could be a good one. We can certainly send you that information.
Absolutely.
Has that already closed? Oh, okay, but for next year.
Yeah, for next year.
Yep.
Absolutely.
CSAC, and that's jointly funded out of the city and the county.
Right.
Okay, great job.
Thank you.
Okay, President Mark Aylett.
Hey, thank you for coming and thank you for your presentation. I've been to a couple of your productions, especially when it was down at the dinner theater, and they were awesome.
Thank you very
Awesome. I
much.
was always amazed in such a small space that the first one I went to, I thought, oh my gosh, is this going to work? And it did. It was very good, and very talented. So I understand what you're saying. I got a funny theater story that, well, maybe it's not funny. So when I was 10 years old, my mother was getting her master's degree at the University of Louisville. And I had a babysitter who had high aspirations of being an actress. And I think she had acted locally here in Pueblo, but she went to Louisville with us. And my mom was at school doing things, and my babysitter wanted to go audition. So we went to the Belknap Theater in University of Louisville. I'll tell you how important this is. I can remember this.
Right.
We went to the Belknap Theater. I was sitting in the back because I was supposed to shut up and not do anything. And they were all reading for this play. And they gave me a book and they asked me to read. So I read. I wasn't shy. I was a big mouth and stuff like that. So I read for the play. I got a part, but the babysitter got nothing. So the
Yeah.
moral of the moral of the story is that I got to be in the play. It was all the way home at the Belknap Theater, and I lost my babysitter. She
Yep.
came back to Pueblo. That's just a funny story. So I do appreciate the theater and everything that you guys do, and you know, hopefully at some point we can help you out and can support you. We can surely support you. And I urge the community to buy tickets, go see the productions. It's well worth it. The two that I went to were just hands down great. So I'm sure everything that you do is great. And the local talent is phenomenal. So keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any other comments, questions? We good, guys?
Okay,
All right.
well, we have 2 Christmas plays happening right now with tons of youth and tons of adults, so come check it out.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much.
Okay, President Ayla, please read the motion.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of determining positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations, developing strategy for negotiations, and or instructing negotiators under CRS Section 24-6-402, Parent 4, Parent E, Parent I, and for a conference with the city attorney for the purpose of receiving legal advice on specific legal questions under CRS 24-6-402, Parent 4, Parent B. And the following additional details are provided for identification purposes. Pedco contract.
Okay, do we have a second? Please? Those in favor?
Bye.
Those opposed? The favor has it. Thank you.
Sure.
We'll return for the public meeting shortly. Okay, we're gonna close the executive session. We're gonna start the regular meeting at 7:15. We'll be back out. Thank you.